latest chaos in Beyond the Gates just changed everything for Jacob. And honestly, I don't think people fully realize how dangerous this storyline is becoming. We're not talking about a simple undercover operation anymore. No. This feels like the moment where the entire Plasma King investigation could either explode wide open or completely destroy Jacob's life from the inside out. And the craziest part, it all started with one mistake, one unexpected appearance. One conversation overheard at exactly the wrong time. Let's talk about it, because wow, this episode had me stressed the entire time. Jacob reaching out to Elon after hearing Grayson's revelation tells me something immediately. Jacob knows the walls are closing in, fast. The second Naomi warned him that Grayson had figured out his true identity as an undercover cop, you could practically feel the panic underneath Jacob's calm exterior. He tried to act composed, but let's be real for a second. This man is terrified, and honestly, he should be. The motel scene dripping with tension. That anonymous little hideout where Jacob and Smitty usually exchange information suddenly became a ticking time bomb the moment Grayson showed up unexpectedly. What makes this even more intense is the fact that Smitty was secretly hiding nearby while overhearing everything. That detail matters a lot, because now Smitty possesses information that could completely reshape the power balance inside the Plasma organization. And considering Randy has already been following Smitty under Joey's orders, it means the danger is multiplying from every direction. Every character in this storyline is being watched by somebody else. It's paranoia layered on top of paranoia. Classic soap opera storytelling, and I love it. But here's where things get really interesting. I actually think Grayson is becoming the most important character in this entire arc. Seriously. Most fans are focusing on Jacob because he's the undercover cop risking his life, but I think Grayson is the real key to bringing Plasma King down. Why? Because Grayson knows too much. He knows faces, names, patterns, internal behavior. The organization may not fully realize it yet, but Grayson has become a walking archive of evidence that makes him incredibly valuable and incredibly dead if the wrong people figure it out. This is exactly why I believe Jacob's instincts are shifting. At first, his priority was Naomi, and understandably so. Once Jacob realized Naomi was being watched and connected to Plasma King's surveillance, protecting her became non-negotiable. His emergency signal to Elon proves he's preparing for something catastrophic. But now, I think Jacob realizes he may need to protect Grayson too. Which is ironic when you think about it, because Grayson is the person who exposed him in the first place. That's the brilliance of this storyline. Nobody is fully ally or enemy anymore. The lines are blurring. Jacob probably hates the fact that he now depends on the same man who just destroyed his cover. And let me say this right now, Naomi is in way more danger than she realizes. I've seen some fans say she'll stay safe because she's outside the operation, but I completely disagree. Soap operas love targeting emotional weak spots, and Naomi is Jacob's biggest emotional vulnerability. Plasma King may not even need proof anymore. Suspicion alone could be enough. That's what scares me. The organization is acting differently now, smarter, more desperate. And Smitty's discovery about the trucks? Oh, that sent alarm bells ringing in my head immediately. Multiple trucks suddenly moving inventory at once? Massive plasma liquidation? No way, this is random. No chance. Either the organization is preparing to disappear, or they're setting a trap so devastating that law enforcement walks directly into it blind. Personally, I think it's both. Hear me out. Smitty suspects the organization is cleaning out plasma inventory as part of a restructuring operation. On the surface, that makes sense. Impaler appears to be preparing for a major internal reform, possibly because the pressure from the investigation is finally getting too intense. But Jacob's reaction is what matters most here. He doesn't trust it. And neither do I. Jacob immediately suspects this could be a diversion designed specifically to mislead the police investigation. That detail is huge because it connects back to older storylines where Plasma King repeatedly survived by sacrificing small operations to protect the larger network. We've seen this pattern before in Beyond the Gates. The organization creates controlled chaos, lets authorities think they're winning, then quietly relocates the real operation elsewhere. That's why this storyline feels so dangerous. Jacob knows the enemy is evolving. Then came the biggest shock of all, Ren. What is happening with Ren? This man disappears, vanishes without explanation, and then suddenly sends Jacob a message ordering him to prepare for a new mission. Excuse me? That is terrifying. And the timing is suspicious beyond belief. I don't trust it at all. There are only a few possibilities here. Either Ren has been compromised, or Ren is intentionally leading Jacob into something much darker than we currently understand. I'm leaning toward the second option. Because if Ren truly disappeared against his will, how is he suddenly communicating operational instructions so cleanly? Something doesn't add up. The tone of the message alone feels off, cold, controlled, almost rehearsed. Honestly, I think Jacob senses it too. That's why this upcoming mission feels less like an assignment and more like an execution setup. And if that's true, oh, this could become one of the darkest turning points the show has done in years. Especially because Jacob has no real choice anymore. That's the tragedy here. Even after suspecting a trap, even after losing the safety of his undercover identity, even after realizing Naomi may be targeted, he still has to continue. He can't walk away now because this operation has become too big, too personal, too dangerous to leave unfinished. That's what makes Jacob such a compelling character to me. He's exhausted, cornered, emotionally unraveling, but he keeps moving forward anyway. And honestly, I think that determination might destroy him, because Beyond the Gates has been quietly building a theme lately about sacrifice. Every major character who tries to expose corruption ends up losing something first: trust, family, identity, safety. Jacob may lose all of it. And I need to say something controversial here. I think Elon may die. Yeah, I said it. The moment Jacob sent that emergency distress signal, I immediately started worrying about Elon's survival chances. Why? Because soap operas often eliminate the helper character right before the truth gets. Elon is becoming too important, too reliable, too connected to Jacob's emergency operations. That usually means heartbreak is coming. Imagine this scenario. Jacob walks into Ren's so-called mission, believing Elon is coordinating extraction support, only to discover Elon has already been intercepted by Plasma King forces. Tell me that wouldn't be devastating. And if that happens, Jacob would truly be alone for the first time. No backup, no trusted ally, no safe exit, just survival. That's why I genuinely believe the next phase of this Plasma King storyline is going to change the entire direction of Beyond the Gates. This no longer feels like a side criminal subplot. It's evolving into the central engine of the show. Every character is getting pulled into it piece by piece. Naomi through emotional connection, Smitty through surveillance, Grayson through dangerous knowledge, Jacob through sacrifice. And Ren may end up being the biggest twist of all. Because right now, I honestly cannot tell whether Ren is trying to save Jacob or bury him forever. And that uncertainty, that tension, that is exactly why this storyline is becoming one of the most addictive arcs Beyond the Gates has produced.